Matthew, having been on the receiving end of Jesus' love, he writes in Matthew chapter 9 about an encounter Jesus has where Jesus looks at a crowd of people. And Matthew says that Jesus was filled with compassion because he saw the people as harassed and helpless like sheep without a shepherd. If Jesus went to your workplace, the people who are really successful but empty on the inside, the people who like to look really happy because they party all the time, but there's a gaping hole in their heart, the people who feel like I have all kinds of people that follow my followers on Twitter or whatever, but I sometimes feel so alone. Jesus says, I love those people. And if you and I are his followers and he really lives in us, you know what he calls us to do? He says, I want you to love them too. I want you to love them as well. And there's something we see in Jesus here, that part of this theme, that it's how he saw people, and his love always moved him to action. That's what love does. You don't just say you love somebody, but you act on it. So I wonder, how are we doing? When you think back to this past week, is there some way where you say, I love that person. I took some kind of action on their behalf. I just had a guy tell me today, he says, hey, we're doing a Bible study nursing home. I got asked, and I think it's the 11th nursing home that people at Grace Church are leading Bible studies in, with people who are often forgotten by the rest of society, right? Maybe you have a couple family members. Refugees and immigrants at the Hope Center. So many people here at Grace, and we want to welcome them. Reaching out to people through the city mission, or those who are coming out of the entertainment industry, or you're helping out in some way in your community. You're reaching out to a neighbor that everyone else looks and goes, oh, that person is such a pain in the behind, and nobody wants to talk to him. And Jesus is calling you to say, no, that's the person I want you to love. And a lot of you are doing that. You're doing I can mention all kinds of ways. Thursday night, you're showing love to people at the car show, or people part of the widows group and just supporting one another, or they making quilts for people who are in crisis. And they've done over 1,000 quilts, and I get notes from people going, oh my goodness, my dad, or I get a letter from the dad who's in the hospital says, I don't even go to your church, and people showing kindness. It's love in action. I could keep on going. But when Jesus loved people, he did it with action.